Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Dunn Wisdom Morning Show. I am your host, Melissa P. Dunn, CEO of MD Marketing Network and the founder of this Dunn Wisdom movement. I help women have the life and business of their dreams by supporting them in leaping from corporate to entrepreneurship, or in taking their career to the next level. So today's guest is going to help us to really connect with that health version of ourselves. She is a corporate dietitian working not only with corporate clients, but also with students and student athletes. And we're going to have a really amazing conversation with her. So get ready to meet Miss Nicole Short. Hey, Nicole, welcome to the
Hi,
show.
good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So, Nicole, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you based in South Florida?
Yes, I am. I'm currently in Fort Lauderdale.
So we're almost neighbors. I'm in Lauderhill. So, what is a corporate dietitian exactly, Nicole?
So I work for a food service management company that manages campus colleges across America. So we are the ones that are responsible for their menu systems, all their food services, and as well as doing allergies training and allergy adjustment for students with allergies.
How did you get into that field?
I started a little years back. I used to be an ICU dietitian in New York, and I also worked in a nursing home, and I always knew that sports was my passion. I got my master's in sports nutrition. I was also an athlete. So I played tennis and I played basketball, played tennis from 7 years old. So I always had a passion and wanted to find out, okay, what can I really eat? And I never knew that I had that assistance from my coach. So that's what really drew me to nutrition.
Oh, okay. So you have been on this dietitian nutrition path from your student athlete days.
Yes. And my undergraduate degree is in exercise science. And then I wanted to go on to get my master's and become a registered dietitian.
Oh, that is fantastic. So, what is it about being a dietitian that you like the most?
What I like the most is teaching people about certain foods or food groups that they never knew about, or even trying new foods that are healthy. I think that's the best part about it, especially when I'm on these college campuses and they're like, hey, what's that? Like I was at a college campus this week and we did cauliflower tacos, and some students have never tried cauliflower. So something like that is what really keeps me engaged. And I love talking with the students, and just them finding out about new vegetables is like one of my favorite parts. It sounds simple, but I think it's just really opening students' horizons and really saying, hey, have you ever tried this? What? And then they may or may not like it, but I always say, as long as you try and you're open to seeing what's out there.
Okay, I get it. What's the one thing that parents usually ask you when they think about nutrition for their children?
I think a lot of parents are concerned with, one, are their kids going to get enough food, especially on college campuses, their first time being away from home? And two, I've had a lot of parents actually reach out about allergies. But besides that, I think parents always want to make sure that we do have healthy alternatives for their students. It's not always about if they're going to choose that, because a lot of our students love the grill, which is hamburgers, chicken tenders, and pizza. But it's also, what can you provide for my students so that if one day they did feel to eat healthy, what could they have available for them? So I think that's one of the main concerns is, what healthy options do you have? And do you have a lot of healthy options, not just plain vegetables and grilled chicken, but can you mix it up? Can you do some sweet potato skins, or like I said, cauliflower tacos, which I really love that our company has a lot of different fun, healthy recipes.
Oh, okay. So you help me to understand exactly how your process works. So you go to college campuses, you kind of act as a nutrition coach for the athletes. Is that what you do?
Correct. So I work within a nutrition wellness team. On my side, I'm like the Southeast Northeast region. I have 90 schools. So within that, above me, there are people that create these recipes, like the executive chefs, as well as other registered dietitians. But my part is really to be on campus, right? To engage with those students as they're creating our recipes that we have. So I do anything from, as I said, speaking with parents about students' menus, to I've worked with college athletes and their athletic department and kind of just doing a presentation for them, whatever the school kind of needs. If that includes doing a presentation on sports nutrition and just educating on them on what they can eat in the dining hall. So that's kind of my role in my job right now.
Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. So let me ask you, because it's not really about me, Nicole, but I'm about to make it about me for a second. So I just finished my very first Miami marathon, right?
Oh, good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I have lost some weight, but I'm still, like a lot of women who perhaps are watching this show, I still struggle with the nutrition. I still struggle with making the right choices. Like intellectually, I know
Yeah.
what I need to eat, right?
Right.
But the fact that I don't necessarily, enjoy cooking doesn't help.
Okay.
So what tips and advice would you give for women who may be watching this that is still struggling with the nutrition part of their wellness journey?
I will say you are not alone. I do get a lot of female clients that the private side that come up to me, what can I eat? Can you teach me how to eat? I think if you're not a cooker, if you don't like to cook, one of the things that you can do is maybe just buying, like I say, the simplest things. If that means going to the grocery and picking up a rotisserie chicken and some cooked vegetables and making it work with a side salad, that way you're getting all your protein and some vegetables in there for your fiber and your vitamins and your minerals. Just do whatever works best for you. Because I know sometimes, especially as working women, it's really hard to cook a meal every day. Also, even if you don't like to fully meal prep, that means your Sunday doesn't have to be 6 to 7 hours of you preparing meals for the week. Just do what you can. So even if it means making an individual portion for yourself on that Sunday, maybe just having a leftover piece for Monday and Tuesday. I think some people get overwhelmed with the meal prep process because there's a lot of things on the internet. Oh, you can cook your meals for 6 to 7 days. Just doing what's best as possible, just making that healthy choice, choosing a lean protein, a chicken, a lean turkey, leaner beef and leaner pork options. And if you can, get some seafood in at least once or twice a week. And then just making sure that you have half of your plate is vegetables. I think that's the first place to start if you really want to maintain eating healthy. And that means half of your plate vegetables for lunch and dinner. And then if you wanted to for breakfast, add some in a smoothie, add some in an omelet, whatever works best for you.
Boy, it sounds so easy, Nicole. You make it sound so easy, girl. But it is.
Yeah.
It's a process. It's a process.
It's just about dedicating to yourself. So even if it means you don't cook breakfast, I always add a little bit of frozen. I have frozen fruits for all of my smoothies, and I have frozen kale and spinach. So that way I know, okay, I may not have an omelet with veggies in it, but at least I'm getting some veggies, getting my morning started with some vegetables with my smoothie.
So it sounds like, to pick one easy, digestible, manageable change could be one goal for 30 days, could be increasing your intake of fruits and vegetables.
Yes, because the fruits and vegetables have your fiber. It's going to help you with your digestive system, as well as, it contains those vitamins and minerals. So that's what's going to help you feel, the fiber is what helps you feel a little bit fuller.
Okay. All right. So you know what? I could do that. I could increase my, and I do enjoy the smoothie. So to complicate my situation even more is for the last 2 years, I decided that I don't necessarily enjoy eating meat anymore.
Okay.
So in terms of my protein, I don't do like the chicken and the pork. I just kind of cut all of that out. I do eat seafood.
Okay.
But even that, I'm finding that I only, like when I do cook now, like I've committed to cooking at least once a week. And when I do, I tend to do it without meat. Okay. So I'm kind of becoming a whole foods type of person.
Okay.
But it's making it personally challenging because I now need to cut out the sugar and the starch, right? Yeah. And it's a challenge. Any tips on how to make that transition?
I would say a lot of people think we don't need carbohydrates. When you said starch, you still need starch. I know for years, and it's always been carbs will make you fat. cut out carbs, you'll lose the weight. But it's about the type of carbohydrates you're eating.
Oh, that
So
part, that
yeah.
part. What are the healthy carbs, Nicole?
Yeah, so we still need that, and you know what, you probably as a marathon runner, you know that you need those carbs to give you energy, to give you, glucose to your brain and to the cells of your body. So just whole grain carbs. So that means oatmeal, whole grain pastas, whole grain breads. Those are the kind of carbohydrates that we should be focusing on. The carbohydrates that are going to cause or maybe lead to weight gain, they don't cause, but maybe lead to weight gain, is the French fries and, more of those kind of starches. But the starches you want to have are your whole grains. And because those are the ones that contain a little bit more fiber, and the fiber, what I spoke on earlier, is what helps keep you full. So that's why it's not just because it's brown is better, but there are actually a little bit more nutrients than eating like a slice of white bread as opposed to a slice of whole grain bread. Also, like your legumes, so chickpeas, lentils, black beans.
I do like chickpeas.
Those are all the beans are great sources of protein as well. They are carbohydrates, so we love to call them a superfood in dietetics, but it's a protein and it's a carbohydrate. But those are the ones that you kind of want to lean towards: sweet potato, quinoa, farro. Those are the kind of carbohydrates that you kind of want to focus more on.
Okay, so focus more on the whole grains, whole wheat. Legumes.
So that's beans, a fancy word for beans. Just all the beans are great for you. And lentils is one of my favorites because it's 18 grams of protein per cup.
Okay. Yeah. And then kind of decrease the fried carbs.
Yes,
and the white rice and the French fries.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Donuts and those are the carbs that we kind of just want to eat in moderation.
Listen, can I tell you? So I have a really fabulous makeup artist, as you guys can see.
Oh, I love it.
Wait, hold on. Let me do this
see again. I love it.
Milo came in this morning to do my makeup, and in the past, he would stop at Dunkin' Donuts and bring me a coffee and a donut, and I forgot to say, don't bring me coffee and donut. I'm fasting, but hence he brought the coffee and the donut. So I have thrown the donut in the garbage and I drank the coffee.
Oh, good. I don't want to scare people away from their favorites, right? So if you're feeling when I have private clients or I have students come up to me like, can I never have French fries again? Can I never have chicken? No, it's not that. It's just the majority of the time, if you can eat healthy, choose the healthier choices 80 to 90% of the time. I'm not a dietitian that will shame somebody for eating a donut or eating their cultural favorites, which I still do. My parents are from the Caribbean. So sometimes I feel for a curry chicken or brown stew chicken, which are a little bit heavier, but I don't eat those every day. So it's just about kind of having that balance, and just picking a healthier, so if you went to Dunkin' Donuts, maybe picking like an egg white sandwich or something that's a little bit more nutrient dense, meaning it has a little bit more fiber, a little bit more protein, because the donut is just straight carbs and sugar. So just making those choices.
See, that's the issue, right? Because I don't eat so I couldn't. The only thing that
you could,
because I don't eat the eggs. I don't eat, I don't eat any of that stuff. So it's so I'm so struggling figuring out what to eat for breakfast because I'm like I don't. So I went away to a conference last week and, they have all of these stations for breakfast. And I'm like, okay, just do me stir-fried veggies. That's what I'll.
Do you do no dairy as well?
I drink almond milk. So yeah, I guess no, I don't do dairy. But
that's dairy free, but no yogurts, right?
I'm not opposed to yogurt. I'll eat it. Yeah, I'm just trying to
some breakfast options for you, like yogurt
I'm just trying to figure out what I like, Nicole, and I guess I haven't been there yet. So what I'm hearing you say in general is let's try and get more fruits and vegetables in our diet.
For sure.
And then if and when you do eat out, look for the healthier options on the menu.
Yeah, the leaner options, trying to maybe if you order those vegetables, because sometimes the vegetables are super good because they're adding a lot of butter and salt, kind of say, can you go light on the seasoning or light on the butters and oils? But looking for those healthier options. I always think another tool that I give my private clients is if you're really hungry, kind of maybe you want to skip the bread basket, and get a soup or a small starting salad. So that way you're filling up on some fiber before you're getting your main entree. You'll notice that sometimes you don't eat the whole entree when you do those little small cup of soup or a starting salad.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I've learned for me that if you bring the whole thing, I tend to want to eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
So one little trick that I've tried is having them bring out a container at the beginning of the meal when they bring out the entree, and
Oh,
then
that's
I
great.
automatically split the portion and then just only leave a half of the portion on my plate. And sometimes that works.
Yes, I love that. And I love some restaurants that do like lunch and dinner portions, because even the lunch portions sometimes are bigger than what we really should be eating.
Listen, especially in the Caribbean restaurants, right?
Oh,
The portions
yes.
are really huge.
Oh, yes.
So, Nicole, I believe, or I'm learning from me, that there is a mindset around having a healthy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the challenges that I have experienced, and I know from speaking to other women that it's not just me, is this whole idea of, the way we talk to ourselves about our bodies, the way we beat ourselves up. Or for me, like if I had chosen to eat that donut today, this morning, it would have been like a whole full-on conversation and a beat up that would have
Yeah.
sent me down the spiral of eating more donuts, versus, okay, you know what? I'm choosing to eat the donut this morning. I'm going to enjoy every single bite, knowing that this is my one allowance of something sweet today. And for the rest of the day, I'm going to choose healthy. Like there's a whole different way that you can talk to yourself. Do you have any advice or tips that you usually share with your clients to help with that?
Oh, yeah, I get that a lot, especially from the female side. There's so much body image stuff that we do daily. And I can't say I haven't been guilty of it myself. Just being honest. Oh, I ate this, or because I traveled for work, oh, I overate, or I could have made a smarter choice. I think just taking away the guilt from it is really important, especially if we have events or birthday dinners, or you ate a slice of birthday cake for your birthday. Taking away that guilt takes a lot of the negativity around food, which I think is just happening so much now, is just saying, hey, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my favorite meal. And that doesn't mean I'm going to gain weight from eating a little bit more rice than I usually did, or having a slice of cake. I think just taking that away from it, and some people over exercise because they overate. And it's just trying to take away the negativity. And that's why I hate calling it cheat days. I don't like the word hate, but I just like using cheat days. And I can't say I've never used that before. But I noticed it kind of has a negative connotation with it.
It does, right?
Yes. So with my clients now, I kind of say, oh, what are some of your favorite food that you would like to enjoy maybe one meal this weekend, or this week, instead of saying, oh, what's going to be your cheat meal? What can we kind of plan together? Okay, Nicole, I have a birthday dinner. Can you help me? I said, hey, you've been eating really well this week. How about you just enjoy that birthday dinner? So kind of just working with my clients and saying, don't beat yourself up. Life is meant to be enjoyed. And I'm a firm believer that food is meant to be enjoyed. It's just about the moderation.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I think that it would be amazing to get to the point where I could really enjoy eating food regardless of what I'm eating.
Okay.
Because here's what I noticed, and I noticed the same in a lot of women that I work with, who are also very busy, high stress jobs. A lot of times we eat in front of our computers. A lot of times we, eat during the meeting. I mean, I can't tell you how many Zoom meetings this week that I've had the camera off just so that I can eat, because the days are so long. And I would love, honestly, Nicole, to get to the point where I just enjoy my meal, regardless of whether I'm eating a bag of chips or I'm eating a salad, just to take a minute to breathe and enjoy my meal. I think that would help a lot, right?
Yeah, I think just kind of telling yourself affirmations, like, I'm going to enjoy and it's very hard with a remote job. I get exactly where you're coming from, but kind of just saying, I'm going to enjoy this meal or eat what I have that's available to me, right? We are so blessed to even have options and have all these food options and eat what we want. So I think kind of taking away the negative. So like if you had the donut today, I would kind of tell you as your nutrition coach, hey, you had it. You were hungry and you enjoyed it. You love donuts. Okay, maybe we'll have a little bit of a lighter lunch. What are we going to do for dinner? Maybe we'll drink a little bit more water today. Just kind of working with you and kind of taking away the negative from the foods that we have. Like the food negativity is really high, you know, especially with all the nutritionists that are telling you what's bad and what's good for you. And just saying, I'm going to eat this meal, even if I have to eat it in front of my computer, which I don't advise, but I know it's been so busy with these remote jobs, but kind of just saying, hey, maybe I could take off like 20 minutes in between meetings or 30 minutes just to sit and enjoy a meal. And I think a lot of people are not doing that anymore, but I always say, even 20 minutes, my boss is really like good with that. Like if you just need 30 minutes or you just need, I know not everybody has a job like that, but we are entitled to our lunch breaks. So,
well, I mean, here's the thing, Nicole.
It's just hard.
There is no one holding a gun to my head telling me to not take 5 or 15 minutes to enjoy my meal. And so, you know, I think that's a really interesting point, because the other thing that I've noticed is that when the mindset and the energy around food is beat up, negative, judgment,
there's so much out there.
Then what happens is that thought then leads to more of that behavior that gives you that result, right? Yeah. So one of the things that I teach with my clients is that when you're creating stuff, your thoughts trigger your emotions, which inspire your actions and gives you results. Yeah. So for me, my thoughts have been, especially since I finished my marathon training, my thoughts have been really from a negative beat up space around the things that I was choosing to eat. And then that made me feel judged. That made me feel bad. And then as a result, I was gaining weight. And for a while, I was thinking that I gained like a whole bunch of weight back. And then I got on the scale and I only gained 2 pounds. Well, in my mind, I had gained back 10, right?
It's a mind game. And also too, you probably just gained back a little bit of water weight because you lost some water weight during that marathon. So you have to think of that as well. So probably, you know, just kind of just the negative, if you can. I know how hard it is, because this is a very big struggle for women, is I shouldn't eat starch. I shouldn't eat that. And I would have been today, I would have been like, I would love for you to eat the donut and just, I would have sat with you and ate it and see how you feel those emotions, talking you through it. If I was, I have a lot of most of my clients are remote, but I would love to, you know, be pre-pandemic, sit with the patient when I used in the hospital and say, or sit with somebody and I used to work in the nursing home. So I had time to kind of sit with patients and what are your thoughts of this food? Like, why do you think it's bad for you? Or why do you think it shouldn't be eating it? And I might say, hey, there are healthier options, but I hate the labeling of the bad and the good food, because I just say there's smarter options that you could have chose. But if you felt for that donut this morning and you're running on E, I would have told you, at least you would have got some carbohydrates in, and let's just see what we can do for lunch and dinner and not beat yourself up.
Do you know, I think that, you know, and it's so funny because as a coach and entrepreneur myself who says success, it happens from the inside out.
Yes.
I would imagine that same principle applies to every single area of your life, right?
It does, for sure.
And so maybe having a healthy body that feels like a temple to you happens really from the inside out, is what I'm hearing you say.
And I think kind of not let the scale define you so much. I think it's really awesome that you did a marathon. So congratulations. And I think those are the things that you need to remember when you're feeling poor body image. Hey, my body is physically able to run a marathon. How amazing. You know, like looking at those, they may seem small to us, but they're really big deals. Like a lot of people aren't able to run. So just when you go into that negative body image, or you're in the mirror and you're like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like my thighs, pinching your belly or whatever. Picking a spot about your body that you love, or just, girl, you just ran a marathon. You are bad. Like you are bad to the bone, like telling yourself. And I think that's really just what we have to work on, is just focusing on those little things. Like, you know, some people may not be the weight that they want to be, but I say, hey, when you go out for a walk, just say, thankful to your body. I am able to walk. Like those little things, I think it's really important it's mental, it's physical, it's emotional, and just tying it all in together and doing the best that you can do. If you can't hit a workout today, hey, I didn't do it. Tomorrow, maybe I'll add on a 5 to 10 more minutes, just kind of giving yourself grace, giving yourself.
Oh, I love that. Be kind and loving to
Yeah.
yourself and flow in ease and grace. That is so powerful,
And I have
Nicole.
to listen to my own advice because sometimes I don't give myself grace, but I
Right?
think it's just like, hey, at least I moved my body today. Even if it was a 20-minute YouTube workout, I moved.
Yeah, that's powerful. So I hear you talk about private clients. So I know you work with a company, but you also have your side hustle. And here on the Dunn Wisdom Morning Show, we know that in order for you to create generational wealth for yourself and your family, that entrepreneurship should absolutely be something that everyone considers,
right?
Particularly women who have a whole family that they've got to make sure they work with their partner to provide for. So if somebody wanted to work with you as a private client, how would they connect with you, Nicole?
Sure. So I have an Instagram page. It's called Get Fit with Nix. And you can find my link tree there. That way you can sign up. And I love to do a discovery call first with potential clients. That way I can see if we can work together and see if I can meet your needs and where we can go from there. So they can do that, or they can just email me at my email address.
Okay, so you said it's Get Fit with Nick, N-I-C-K or N-I?
Yes, and it's no H because that was unavailable.
N-I-C, what is it? N-I?
N-I-K-S.
N-I-K-S. All right, so I'm going to scroll it on the bottom of the screen. So
and it's
folks,
no H. I'm sorry, Instagram didn't have that available. So
is that right? Is that it right there?
No H.
And Get Fit with, it's wit.
A little slang because Instagram didn't have the width available, but we're gonna work with it. Yes,
we gonna make it do what it's due.
Yeah.
So Get Fit with WITNIKS.
Yes, correct.
All right, there you go. Yeah. So let me scroll that at the bottom. So if you guys want to connect,
thank you so much.
Get Fit with Nix on Instagram, and you can access her link tree. Nicole, thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of the Dunn Wisdom Morning Show. Not that it's all about me, but today it was all about me, y'all.
I loved it, but feel free to always reach out to me. I love helping and coaching people or just giving little tips and advice. So I'm here for that.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you, and good luck on your professional and also on your entrepreneurial journey.
All right. Thank you so much, and best of luck to you. Have a great weekend.
You too. All right, everybody. This has been another episode of the Dunn Wisdom Morning Show. Thank you for joining us. I want to remind you of something amazing that's coming up. Check it out, y'all.
Ooh.
Well, there you go. The sound is not playing, but I have my women, my six-figure Women in Business Summit coming up in the month of March 24th to March 25th at the beautiful Chateau Mar Golf Resort in my city of Lauderhill. And you can register at sixfigurewomeninbusiness.com. And just know that at this event, you will learn about marketing, money, and mindset tips that will take you from where you are in your business to where you dream of, whether you are a startup looking to make your first six figures, or if you are already making six figures and you're looking to get to multiple six figures. This event will really support you. So join us on March 24th and March 25th. Go to Six Figure Women in Business and register today. That's sixfigurewomeninbusiness.com. All right, be well. Remember, be kind and loving to yourself today. You absolutely 100% deserve it.